So for section 10.3, we're going to be looking at graphing parabolas, but instead of a typical up and down parabola, we're going to be looking at a parabola that has a horizontal axis of symmetry. In other words, it's an inverse. So if at first glance this looks like it's in vertex form, considering there's one set of parentheses, but what you notice is that your x and y are switched. They're inverted. This is an inverse. So we're going to pull it out the same way. When we pull out that -2, it becomes a +2. We don't need to change the sign of the number on the outside. That's -3. However, this is the y-coordinate of your vertex, and this is the x-coordinate of your vertex. Think of it this way. The 2 is attached to the y, making it the y. So when you write your vertex, you actually have to flip that back. It's -3, +2. You're making your axis of symmetry -3. Now, this doesn't have a, I wrote that wrong, excuse me, making your axis of symmetry +2. This is a horizontal axis of symmetry, so it's going to be y equals, not x equals. It's an x equals vertical axis of symmetry when it's a normal parabola. Since this is an inverted parabola, the axis of symmetry is now horizontal, or y equals. So now when we create our t-chart, we do it exactly like we did on the last graph. So we've got -3, +2, except now we're going to choose y's. Since y is what is on this side, the right side of the equation, we're going to choose y. So we're going to go 2 below and 2 above. We're going to plug it in and get x's, which, yes, is backwards. However, that's the way that we do it. And if you do it correctly, you should get 1, 0, -2, 1, -3, 2, -2, 3, and 1, 4. So my horizontal axis of symmetry is up here at y equals 2. My vertex is -3, +2. It should be on the axis of symmetry. And as I'm graphing these points, I get 1, 0, and 1, 4. And I'm getting -2, +1, and -2, +3, making my parabola look like this. It is an inverted sideways parabola. So let's recap. We had to switch the order of our vertex, we had to switch our axis of symmetry, and we chose y's instead of x's on our t-chart. All right, let's go ahead and do another problem. So as I'm looking at determining what my vertex is, I'm ready to pull it straight out. Remember, this is actually my x. This is actually my y, making it -4, 1. My axis of symmetry, just like we talked about on the last one, ends up being horizontal, so it ends up being y equals. So it looks like my axis of symmetry would be down here at y equals -1, and my vertex would be -4, -1, which is on the axis of symmetry like it should. Now we're ready to create our t-chart. Our vertex is -4, -1. Remember, we choose it on the y side now. So we're going to go -1, 0, +1 to go bigger, excuse me, and then to go smaller, we'll go -2, -3. So if you plug -3 in, you get a 0. If you plug 1 in, you get a 0. If you plug 0 in, you get -3. And if you plug -2 in, you get -3. So let me say 0, 1, and 0, -3, and then -3, 0, and -3, -2. Making it look like this, very skinny. And that's our inverted parabola.